Welcome back, everyone. Our next presenter is XCPCNL Business Services. It trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol XCPL and is a venture development business that leverages its knowledge, skills, and experience in the consumer products industry. Please welcome its CEO, Tim Matthews. Welcome, Tim.
Good morning, and thanks for having me. Exceptional Business Services. You see all these letters and you're like, what the heck does that mean? But it is Exceptional Business Services. So thanks again for having me today. And I briefly wanted to talk to everyone about the company. This is a new acquisition for us. And I thought instead of PowerPointing everyone to death, we kind of talked through learning more about me, a little bit about the business model and how we're going to activate and execute over the next year or so. Again, Exceptional Business Services. My name is Tim Matthews, and I'm the CEO. All right, so let's talk a little bit about me, because no one knows who I am. I'm actually new to the OTC market space. This is me, Tim Matthews, and for me, it is having a support system, and I've been in the same relationship for the last 20 plus years. I love to barbecue. I was also 50 pounds heavier when I discovered this barbecue, and I actually ended up having I had a heart attack at a very young age, and that kind of drove me to where I am today. Hey, I lost 50 pounds. I eat a lot healthier, and I love this. I love riding my Peloton bike, which has really saved my life. I am a big fan of football. I love Ted Lasso, and my first job was marketing a brand called Winston at NASCAR. I was actually in marketing over the Winston Cup Series, and my first juncture into that was in the middle of the infield in Talladega, Alabama. So it was a quick lesson in marketing, understanding consumers, and how to communicate and create messaging and brands for consumers, and in love with marketing ever since. Some of my clients and some of the companies that I've worked with and worked for, Google, Imperial Tobacco, Beam Suntory, Farnham Ventures, Live Nation, and now Exceptional Business Services. Now the big question, why would someone go from private to public? Well, for us, it's been a very interesting journey, simply because as a privately held company, even though we had great contracts, we're not bankable. We had a $10, $20 million contract, and we weren't able to. I couldn't go to Chase Bank or Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and say, "Hey, I have this contract. I need money, and we just weren't bankable." So we built a great business from less than $1 million to a $40 million company in 2019, and still we're not bankable. So we started looking into how do we go public, and understanding that there's more opportunities for investment and liquidity within the public market. And we just started that journey back in 2021. So the opportunity, there was an opportunity to partner with an existing publicly traded company, which is Exceptional Business Services and its subsidiaries. So we created that partnership. We joined OTC markets. There was a little cleanup, and we're still involved in that cleanup at the moment, just to ensure that all the financials are audited, and just having transparency to our shareholders and our partners. We're in the middle of building that A team. I consider myself Hannibal, and we're building a team that is Super Bowl worthy. We also needed to understand, how do we raise capital within OTC markets, especially in the being a pink sheet company. So we looked at all available opportunities and ended up with looking at Reg A as a start, simply because we are pink, OTC Pink, and as we look to uplift, we want to look at other ways of financing the business, financing operations, all of our strategic partnerships. And then we became the number 9th Black-owned publicly traded company in the last couple of weeks. That's big for me, simply because I'm big on community, wanting to uplift community, helping underserved, underprivileged communities. So having that as a check mark was a big deal for Exceptional Business Services. Now, we have this company. Now, how do we take the business model that's currently being executed, and how do we tweak that model? So we did research and we created what this is called a business model canvas. When we look at who our partners are, we look at creators, inventors, influencers. We have suppliers, consultants, different types of agencies, shareholders, and future investors are also our key partners. Any companies we look to acquire, and think tanks. When we look at key activities, we're in the marketing business. We consult. We're in marketing research. We help fund, once again, those underserved, underprivileged communities where entrepreneurs may have great ideas, but just don't know how to get to the finish line. R&D, strategy, and co-designing products. Our key resources, we look at the financing and the investing that we receive from our partners, and also we feel as though, hey, we're pretty smart, or at least we think we are. And then as far as the what we offer, proven people, proven processes, we're able to help companies and entrepreneurs and partners go from ideation to commercialization through our understanding of how to build brands. We also understand the levers that are needed to create momentum for our big box retailers, and just helping consumers and fast-moving CPGs enter different markets and help with like what we call hyper-local messaging and outreach. Also, we're going to leverage that being a minority-owned firm and delivering to our clients and looking for those and pitching those set-asides that are opportunities that we have, both government and Fortune 500 companies. The relationships we build. Every client that we've had, we never lost a client. We want those long-term relationships. We want the stickiness that happens when we have these type of relationships. We want to, we're a high-performance culture, and we want everyone to know all about Exceptional Business Services and what we offer. Channels, we operate both online and offline through social networks, blogs, email, media networks, and and also brick and mortar. Clients, big box retailers, fast-moving CPGs, government, Fortune 500, and product buyers, or call centers, staffing, taxes, manufacturing, marketing expenses, new product development, R&D, and also just basic operations. How do we make money? Which, of course, you guys want to know how we do that. We have retainers. We consult. Sales from our clients that we get a percentage of their sales. And also, as a reseller, we get commissions also. So how we execute this business canvas? I look at it 2 ways. We have our foundation, and then we have what I call our Sizzle. So the foundation is solid relationships, solid clients that drive revenue. Then we have what we call our Sizzle, which are those emerging markets that, a little bit more sexier than saying, hey, we're at Loads and we're doing brand ambassador programs. These are more what's new to the world, what's exciting, and what's future, and thinking future forward. So our foundation, part of that minority partnership that I talked about as far as us being certified, we work with the National Minority Supplier Development Council. And part of the partnership is being allowed to pitch clients that they feel as though we match up with, or our capabilities align with their needs. So currently we have 5 opportunities with BMW, Capital One, Altria, Lowe's, and Bank of America. So those are those revenue drivers that I talked about that are just the foundation of building this business. They build shareholder value, and those are constant. Then we have the Sizzle. So we have two subsidiaries, Exceptional Marketing and Exceptional Tech. We're looking at Bitcoin mining, but simply because we know you have one machine, that one machine gives you X amount of revenue. But we also want to put a spin on it too, which I'll talk about later in the presentation. NFT incubator, we know NFTs are hot right now, but what we try to do is always add something different than just a traditional NFT program. And then token, which we have some more information on also, that program is actually looking at how to invest in the cannabis space, simply because these farmers have the same issues that we had being a privately held company. They're not bankable. So there are opportunities out there to be able to help fund farmers out there who have an asset, but they don't have the capacity to be bankable. So as an example of token, I'd like to show you guys just a simple sizzle reel that we designed, because that is one of our programs that we feel as though we'll be launching first. So can you cue the video, please?
Cannabis is growing all over the U.S. legally now, and there's a high demand for legal THC products. Have you ever thought about investing in the U.S. market of cannabis, but not sure how? Now you can leverage cryptocurrency to help farmers grow cannabis by using our token. What's the difference between a token and coin? A token is an asset-backed cryptocurrency. So in other words, your crypto is now backed by a cannabis plant. Our token process makes it easy. Here's how it works. With your token account, simply go to our website to select the legal cannabis state you'd like to invest in. Then select whether you're interested in an indoor or outdoor grower. By selecting one of the growers from the drop-down list, you can research what each licensed grower has to offer and the various strains they farm. Once you've decided on the grower, next you choose how much you'd like to invest. Each token is $100, and every token is collateralized by an actual plant. That's it. You're now official. Every plant will be cared for by a licensed and registered grower, and you'll be able to log in and monitor the plants 24/7 via the live camera in your investor dashboard from seed to harvest. After harvest, the grower then takes the plant to market via our online marketplace. And when the plants are sold, our trusted service company picks up the money from the grower and takes it to the bank so you can get paid. You're happy, and the grower is happy. Ready to get started? Join the Token Co-op today at tokentogrow.com.
All right, so hopefully that gives you a glimpse into one of our projects. Now, the capital raise, the goal was to raise $4 million through the Reg A Plus. What are we using with that money? We're looking to help with our day-to-day operations, helping form strategic partnerships, and then investing into our three projects. 2-bit mine, once again, we're going away from the traditional, here's a mine, we have a data center. It is, how do we help underprivileged, underserved communities? So working with historically Black colleges and universities, setting up our data mines there, using innovation to help lower the expenses, and also a strategic partnership where there's a revenue share with these colleges and universities to help fund their endowments. You know, A&T State University doesn't have the same endowment as UNC Chapel Hill. So there's always opportunities to help with their endowment and help fund programs. So with 2bitmine.com, the opportunity is creating those strategic partnerships with historically Black colleges, and then looking at rural and underserved communities. How can we help them through Bitcoin mining to be able to basically help fund any types of projects in the communities. Then we have the NFT incubator. As I was saying before, NFTs are really a hot topic right now, but there are people out there who may have great ideas and great art or an asset, and they don't know how to create that NFT. So through the incubator program and our team of experts, we drive them the same way that we did with our marketing tactics, ideation to commercialization. We invest in them and their NFTs, and we have a revenue share once that NFT is sold. And then Token, you saw the video. It's the fintech platform and digital asset, and how we try to help foreigners in legal cannabis states. Future forward, where are we going? My goal and the company's goal is to increase revenue through our Sizzle and through our foundation. And we do that by launching our Sizzle strategy. Also, we want to move up within the OTC. So we're in the middle of auditing our financials, ensuring that we have the correct SEC registration, just so one, you guys have transparency as investors, shareholders, and partners, and have an understanding of who we are. We want to open the books up so you know exactly who you're dealing with, and that's our short-term goals. And then we're looking at, what are our long-term goals? I believe right now we're at a $1 million market cap. We're looking to increase that over time, and also uplift. Right now we're OTC Pink. Once we get our audits done and we are properly registered, we'd like to do an uplift and move up within the OTC marketplace. Along with looking at, what are some strategic partnerships that make sense when it comes to mergers and acquisitions, and helping companies that may have business models that may need a little bit of tweaking. So as we look at these goals, these will be our priorities as far as these long-term, I call them audacious goals. And with that being said, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. You can look at our new website, which is www.xcpcnl.com. We're located in Clemens, North Carolina, and attached is the phone number and email address if you have any questions. So this time I'd like to open up questions.
Thank you. Yes. Hi, Tim. Yes, we've got some questions for you.
Okay.
We have a question from Florence Hogang. Florence says, she noticed you're buying more Bitcoin miners. How many do you currently have, and what kind of revenue are you realizing from them? And if no revenue, when will you realize revenue from them?
We're in the process of purchasing those right now. And as you know, Bitcoin mines fluctuate based on Bitcoin. So over time, we don't have a specific goal, but the plus is, as a shareholder and through press releases, as these happen, we will ensure that our shareholders and investors know exactly what our plan is as far as the amount of Bitcoin mines.
Okay. Cesar Curtis says, your NFT incubator, when will it launch, and what sort of projections do you have for it?
Again, that is one of those, hey, as we progress down the road, we will send out press releases. I don't want to give a date or a time, but just know it's in queue, and it's coming very soon. Okay.
Chris Hansen asks if you're getting involved with the metaverse, and explain how.
I like the metaverse. It's very new to the world. And one thing with the clients, when I talk about the foundation, is pitching to them the digital opportunities that are out there, including the metaverse. Very exciting, very complex to understand. It reminds me of back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember this, but looking at games like Fortnite and these alternate universes where there are casinos and things like that. So the short answer is yes, we definitely want to become involved, but we need to learn more about it to ensure that, we're experts in marketing. That is our foundation. And we hire experts, whether it's the Bitcoin mining or NFTs or token, that understand exactly how to execute these programs. I'm not an expert in everything. I'm not a jack of all trades. I understand marketing, but I also understand how to hire the right people to ensure that we execute our programs properly. So for me, it is, we need a better understanding of the metaverse. Like I said, I like it. There's some stickiness there. There's some opportunities. There's no opportunities for our potential clients. It's just making sure we have the right team that can properly execute.
Okay. And Charles Hamilton says, on your 930 quarterly filing, you showed about $600,000 in receivables. Can you explain that?
I actually took the company over in October. Part of that, those receivables and understanding that is the audit that we're doing right now. So at this point, until the CPAs are done, I can't answer that question because, again, I took over as of 10/1, so we're still going through all of the previous filings.
Okay. Jeff Tyler says, ultimately, what is the model? What is the bulk of the sales? Is it consulting?
The bulk of the sales will be activating marketing programs for our clients. So whether it's brand ambassadors out at events, helping with sampling programs, if it is digital marketing and helping clients with their social media tactics, if it is new product development. So the foundation and our main source of revenue will be marketing and marketing activation programs.
Okay. And Jeff Tyler, Clyde Ortiz asks, tell us about your criteria for the optimal client and how are you going after them?
For our clients, again, with the partnership that we have with the minority suppliers, they have a list and they basically match up our core competency with the needs of those clients. So Altria, for example, we have collectively about 30 years of experience in the tobacco space. So that makes sense when it comes to marketing activation programs and pitching opportunities that we have with tobacco. BMW, same thing, customer activation programs. We executed festivals, brand ambassador programs. So it lines up with activation programs that BMW has. So as we look at it, we're taking our core competency and our foundation, which is marketing, consumer activation, brand activation, and we're aligning that with the minority supplier program to be able to pitch to the right person at the company that's familiar with, the criteria that they've already looked at and vetted us to ensure that we're a good partner and it's up to us to win the business.
Okay. Preya Nareen says, you mentioned some big names like Lowe's, BMW, Altria. How far along are you to closing and generating sales from them? And what is the scope of work for them?
We're at the starting stages, and as the scopes come out, we'll actually put those in the press releases. But at this point, we really can't get into too much detail with that until we're signed, sealed, delivered.
Okay. Jerry Gross asks, what is the revenue model for the cannabis side? Is it fee-based, subscription-based? Who pays, the users or the growers?
Subscription-based, and the users pay a subscription fee, and then there's a profit share at the end. So with token, the investor invests in the token. They go on the platform and look for a potential farmer that they like to work with in a particular state. They make that investment through the token. The grower then sells the product at a premium, and then there's a profit share between the investor that invested in the token and the farmer, and then we get a percentage of the sale.
Okay. Julian Ruiz asks if you have any plans for a share buyback.
More to come on that.
Okay. Mike Bowden asks for you to explain who is we? Who's your group supporting your efforts internally with you?
First, if you go to our website, you'll see our team. This team I've worked with in the past on different projects. at our previous company and also as good partners. So I tried to recruit, the top person that I have a relationship with in operations, understanding finance, top legal, marketing executives that I've worked with in the past to build what I call our dream team. So between marketing, operations, finance, I think we have some of the best and most trusted team members to help with these projects.
Okay. And Tevel Rahmani wants you to talk about any plan of raises in the future and what will the dilution look like?
Hopefully after the Reg A, we will not, well, let me take a step back. I'm not sure what the future holds. I do know that with the tools that we have right now, our options are limited, being Pink, being OTC Pink. So over time, as we uplift, hopefully opportunities will continue to where we can raise capital. Also, our revenue will also offset that, so we don't need to raise capital. In terms of dilution, the biggest challenge is we are Pink, and we have to raise capital. So, I would say the sooner the better as far as being able to be more cash flow positive to where we don't have to be handcuffed by the limits that you have being a Pink company.
Okay. And Lorenzo Wilkins asks, how are you currently capitalized and how much money do you have to raise? And do you have a use of proceeds?
Well, slide 10 talked through what we're looking to raise, which is the $4 million. And then as far as the use of proceeds, that was also on the slide. We didn't go into detail in the slide simply because, one, I wanted to do more of an introduction to myself and the business. I'm sure once we put out our financial records, you'll have more transparency to that because they will be audited, along with the Reg A explained exactly what our proceeds, how we were using our proceeds.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Do you have any closing remarks, Tim?
Oh, yes. No, I definitely, this is our first time doing this, my first time. And I appreciate the time and the opportunity, and I look forward to speaking again in the future to give updates on Exceptional Business Services.
Yes, please join us again and give us those updates. We really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you.
All right, everyone, stay with us. We've got another great presenter coming up in just a second. We'll be right back.